Hey everybody, David R. Becker here with Becker Art, and in today's newsletter video, we're talking about focal point, or like other people like to call it, center of interest, or like I like to call it, area of interest. So it's an area in your painting that could be an object, it could be an area, but it's what you usually first look at, the first thing you see in your painting, and then a lot of times from that center of interest, you go to like a secondary interest. And this is a way of your viewer to look at your painting. And it's the reason usually you paint the painting for. It's like the center of interest, the area of interest, where you want somebody to see something. It's like, is it a horse? Is it a mountain scene? Is it what is it about the scene? And that's the center of interest that where you want the viewer first to see. So let me just show you what I get from my students when they come in. They show me their photographs, and a lot of them are stages. And so let me just show you and explain it. So here is some scene that somebody showed me, and it's like a scene maybe that they took at a area, and they just thought it was so cool. But when you're taking it to make a painting out of it, it's got a good lights and darks. But is there really an object? Is there an area of interest that is more interesting than something else? It really can't be this whole mountain and this shrubbery in front, because that just is just not that interesting, basically. And so, all these areas of dark are just dark, right? And so, what you want to do is you want to think of it as, okay, well, my center of interest, my area of interest should be somewhere in the thirds for one. So this big piece of shrubbery could be the center of interest, but it's not very interesting. So maybe you'd have to throw a different kind of lighting on it, or maybe make it a flowering bush, and so that there's a little more interest to it, something of interest. Or maybe there's a lady right here pruning or doing something by the tree. It could be that too. Not that you always have to put a person in there or an animal, or it could be a fence post. It could be something that's just a little bit different from everything else that you first want your viewer to see. And it's usually, an interesting thing, because center of interest, it gives some interest to it, right? So what I would do is I would say, hey, on something like this, I would go back or try to find a scene with a little bit more interest to it. And so, like, how about a river in there? Or how about just the mountain being separate from the foreground? And so something like this, where the mountain is definitely separate from the foreground stuff, trees and stuff. And so it's still, though, more of a stage, because there's nothing in this foreground here. There's nothing in this foreground that states that it's more important than anything else in the picture. The mountain could be kind of the center of interest, but it's in the background. And so it's very more of like a postcard, and doesn't make of that much interest compared, because this would be the whole mountain is an interest. And then that's not as great an interest as if you have something in the thirds, which center of interest or area of interest should be like in this area, this area, this area, or this area. And I mean, the mountain is back there. It is okay, but it looks like it's really the trees that are in front of it, and so it's like in the background scene. And usually you don't put your center of interest in the background. You kind of bring it up in the foreground, or make it bigger. And if it was just the mountain, then yeah, you could maybe get rid of these trees in front and just do the mountain. Focus in on a part of the mountain then too. So I would say is like, what I would do is probably do something with this path. Maybe there's a path in here. Maybe one of these trees is a little bit taller, because these are pretty much the same. Maybe one is really tall, or maybe it's a different kind of tree right there, or a hunter with his dog or something in there, just to make it a little bit more interesting. And also, it's got to stand out. You got to have it stand out a little bit so that you see it first. And so right now I see the mountain first, but it's not a great center of interest, basically. So what I would do is, what if I put a river in this mountain and trees? So something like this, where there's mountains, and again, the center of interest is there, but how interesting is that center of interest? So basically, this river would be the center of interest, and you could make it work. It could be, this probably would be a secondary interest, this area back here. I would maybe put a fisherman in here, or something in here. Maybe it could be anything, really. Anything that you can see. Maybe it could be a building. And that's another thing. How about putting an object in the area of interest? And that's okay too. Something like this, where you put, the river and the mountains and the trees, and then you also have a building. So now you have a little bit more to work with, because those other things you didn't have much to work with, which is okay. Sometimes you can just have one thing. This is like about 4 things now. But it all works together well and has a good composition. This is a little bit too centered, the building. I maybe go up a little bit or bring the buildings down a little bit so that's not right in the center of the plane right here. Again, usually it should be right in this area, so maybe put something right here too, or bring this down a little bit. Just something so it's not evenly and have anything even in a composition is not great. So, but your center of interest or area of interest can include other things. It doesn't have to just be these buildings. It could be this whole area. So maybe there's a little bit more interest right here in this field right there. Maybe the light is hitting it differently. You know, it's all can be about lighting too. It's not about objects in per se. It's about the area, and that you have the most lights and darks, the most contrast, the most color. It's what you want the viewer first to see. Once you get them to see that, then they can go to secondary, which would be probably the river. So first you see this area, then you see the river, and your mind, your visual takes you around the whole picture and brings you back to the center of interest. But it's very important to get a center of interest, because many students bring me photographs that are really, really just don't have a center of interest. They're a stage. They're a great stage for something, and this could almost be a stage too. But just one more thing to help it out a little bit would be maybe, it could be a fence in the front here. It could be people walking right here. People are really good things to put the center of interest, because the first thing your eye will always see is animate form, like a animal, a person, and also writing, lettering. That's another thing. If you make a word up there, that's gonna be the first thing you're gonna see. So there's times when you put a sign like in something and you want your viewer to see that first. That's fine. Those are things that your viewer will first see. And also brightest color. That's the first thing somebody will see, is a bright color, or a contrast between black and white, right? If you have a really high contrast, like this building, you're going to see that first compared to anything else that is not as bright contrasty. So center of interest is important to put in your picture and get those actors on there. The area is actors, and the other parts is a stage for those actors. And so then you can also go to where you're lighting it differently. Like go back there during sunset and sunrise. It's always like, if you want to put mood to it, a lot of times that's why they call it the golden hour. It's like going back to this place, and so something like this. So I can take this image, and what if it was like something like this, where it's a little bit more moody. And so then your center of interest is right there, and you have a brightest light is light, darkest dark, the most color right there. And it's, so that's definitely your center of interest, the area of interest that you first see. And so that's what I wanted us to do this week. On Thursday, we're going to be doing a photo, and we're going to figure out and let you know about the center of interest and what it is to do to make that more interesting than anything else in the photograph. You have to have a center of interest, a focal point. All right, so very simple. It's not that difficult to do, and we'll show you on Thursday again in a painting, in our paint along. All right, we'll see you on Thursday. Bye-bye.